Good morning, everyone. Is
Morning,
my
sir.
voice? Yeah, good morning. Let's start our session for today. So, in the yesterday's class, we have seen the high-level introduction to the Fusion applications. I have shown you how to log in into the application and what is this particular area means, that is Springboard we discussed, and then we have seen about the navigation the left side, and then we talk about these areas about the home and the notifications functional area, and then the settings and actions. What are these preferences, how to change the passwords, and these things we discussed. And also we discussed about the security concept, how the security built in the Fusion application, and then how the access to the screens will be provided to the particular users we have seen. So what is the navigation for that? We have to go to security console, and then we have to create the user accounts, and we have to add the respective roles to the users. Then only with that respective roles, the individual user will get access to that particular screens. So today's class we will see about how to create the implementation project in the system. Nothing but as a consultant, when you go to a client place for taking up the project to implement this system to the client, we have to create first the implementation project in the system. And then we have to enable the offerings under that implementation project. So in the first class, we have discussed about offerings. In Fusion application, as I told you, Oracle is providing services in the form of offerings. As we know that we are having three types of offerings: workforce deployment, workforce development, and compensation management. So our modules like global HR, absence management, payroll, goals or talent, or time and labor, or compensation and benefits, these modules will be under these three offerings. So now whatever the client subscribed for, what he is going to implement in his organization, we have to enable that respective offerings under that implementation project. So how to create that implementation project means, here in the right side settings and actions, we will have setup and maintenance. Setup and maintenance. In order to get these access of setup and maintenance, your particular user account has to be assigned with these roles: application implementation consultant, administrator, and manager roles. If you have these roles, then only in the settings and actions you can see this particular setup and maintenance. So once I share this instance to you for practicing purpose, what you will do, create your user accounts and then assign these respective roles, what I put up on this notepad, and then you can start your implementation project. Now what I'm showing you, okay? So click on this setup and maintenance, and then the page will redirect for the configuration of implementation project in the system. So here you are seeing in the right side taskbar again, you will have here manage implementation project. So this is the task where we are going to create our implementation project, right? So click on this manage implementation project, and then so these all projects, whatever you are seeing in your real-time scenario, when you are implementing for a client, you will not see anything here. You will be the first person as a consultant to create the project in the system, because this is a demo instance, like a practice instance, which will be shared to multiple people. So on practice, people have created multiple projects with different names. But in your case, there will not be any project in the client's environment. You will have to create the project and then start your implementation project. So why this particular creation of implementation project is required means, if project manager in our team want to track the status of the configurations. Let's suppose we are implementing global HR, absence management and a payroll module to the client. Now our project manager want to track the status, where exactly the implementation status is there. Like have we whatever to say, have we completed the configuration of global HR and have we moved to absence? Or within the global HR, how many tasks we configured in that? So in order to track that status kind of thing, we can track here at the implementation project. So ideally, this particular creation of implementation project will be done by the project managers in our team. Okay. So click on this create symbol, the plus symbol which you are seeing here, to create the implementation project in the system. So I'm taking the example of Reliance Group as an implementation project. Nothing but let's assume we are going to implement the project for the Reliance Group. Okay. So I'm giving the name as Reliance Group HCM implementation project. HCM implementation project. The project code will take up by default along with the name which we are giving. And the description, you can give the same name, whatever you are specifying in the name field. And the status, now it is in not started, because now only we are creating this project. And here see assigned to HCM underscore IMPL, nothing but by default when you are creating the project in the system, whoever creating that project, that will be assigned to that particular user. So on the drop down, if you want to search and add any other username, then you can add that respective person here. Nothing but that person is the responsible person for that project, who is taking care of that implementation project. Okay. So ideally the PM who is creating, he will keep himself as that assigned to, right? And then the start date. So when you are going to start, let's suppose in the month of February 2020, you got the project from the client and you are starting the implementation of this project from, let's suppose, from Feb 1st. So give that start date, ideally the kickoff date when the project is starting with the client. So I'm giving it as of now as 1/2/2020. And the finish date is not mandatory, but you can give the tentative date. Like when the project has been finalized with the client, then they will also draft a project plan. Like what is the time scope to complete this project? Whether it is a 6 months project or a 7 months or 5 months, what is the time scope? So you can give the tentative date of that particular finish date here, right? And then click on next. And here we have to add our offerings to implement. What is it asking? Select offerings to implement. So as I told you, how many offerings we are having in HCM module? 3 offerings: workforce deployment, workforce development, and compensation management. So we have to enable that offerings under the project which you created, right? So here, compensation management, this is part of the HCM product. So we have to click on include, and then the sub tasks under the compensation management, it will come. As I told you, under compensation management offering, what are the modules we are having? Compensation and benefits. So these sub modules are there here. So you have to include those sub modules under that offerings also, right? I'm enabling these things till the human resource business intelligence analytics. Till here you have to enable all the sub tasks under that offering, right? So I enabled all the compensation management related activities, and then move on and see where is your workforce development and deployment. Here, customer data management, customer loyalty, financials, these offerings are not part of HCM. These are related to financial product, supply chain, or any projects, CRM kind of thing. If they are starting their work, financial consultants starting their configurations, then they will create the project and they will enable their respective offerings, right? So we have to see where is our deployment and development. Here our workforce development and deployment offerings are there. So include these offerings also under our implementation project. See, under workforce deployment, we are having our payroll, absence management, time and labor modules. So enable these under the workforce deployment. And then workforce development. Here under this offering, our goals, talent and performance management will be there. Now if I drag this thing here, you will have this talent review, succession management, worker goal setting. These all are our goals, talent and performance management module. So we have to enable all our offerings related to HCM in order to start our implementation project. So I selected all my offerings to implement the project. So now click on save and open project. There is some issue with the instance. Let me check on that and get back to you. Yeah. So our implementation project is created. Reliance Group HCM implementation project, and here assigned to this person, the user who created this. And the status right now, it is not started. And the start date, what we specified, is showing up here. If you want to edit these functionalities, if you want to change this assigned to any user, other user, or the start date, any name of this, you can edit these functionalities also to change these things, right? Now what I will do, I will keep it as in progress. I'm saving and close, right? Now the status will be in progress. And here, task lists and tasks. What are these? So we enabled 3 offerings here. So by enabling these 3 offerings, we enabled all our modules under the project. So as I told you, under every module, we are going to configure certain tasks. Under global HR, we are going to configure that these are the tasks we are going to configure under global HR. So what will be there? Creation of the enterprise. I mean the client's company, the main ultimate holding company, and creating of the legal entities. Let's suppose, I mean these are the client actual companies. So whatever the task in the respective modules, you can search here and then you can get into the task. So manage enterprise. The moment I gave manage enterprise, I can see the task here. So this is what I am talking about. In order to configure the enterprise, I will tell you what is enterprise, but I'm telling what is meant by task and how we have to search. So if I want to configure this particular enterprise, this is the task name. So where I have to get into the system for configuring this, here is the place where we have to search for our tasks to configure in that particular enterprise. So if I not enable these, any of these offerings, the respective tasks when I search, I may not see here. Let's suppose I am not enabling the workforce deployment or workforce development under this project, and I'm trying to search for my goals or performance related tasks. I cannot see the tasks here. The access to your setups or the tasks will come with the offerings that you added to your implementation project which you created, right? So now if I expand this, I can see different components under each offering. So nothing but these all are the modules related things. Under workforce development, now let's see under workforce deployment, the global HR module, payroll and absence will be there. So you can see the tasks related to that. If I expand, these are the categories under that modules we can say. So see this consolidation group, payroll definitions, organization payment methods. These are the tasks at which we are going to see in the payroll, right? See organizational payment method and then consolidation groups and then payroll definition is this one. So nothing but under the workforce offerings which we attached, we can see the tasks which are grouped with the similarities. I mean, all the similar tasks will be grouped under one banner kind of. So define absences. If I expand here, I can see the absences, plans kind of thing, lookups, values. These are all the tasks only. So by enabling these offerings, we are provisioning this particular project with that respective tasks of the modules. Nothing but all the global HR, absence management, payroll, talent, goals, all modules we have enabled for this project. So whatever the task from any module, if I search here, I can get the result here and then I can get into the task for configuring that respective thing. So here as of now the status is kept as not started. So now project manager want to assign certain tasks to some consultant. Let's suppose there is a team of 4. One is responsible of global HR module and one is responsible of absence management in our team, let's assume. So my project manager want to assign these global HR related tasks to that respective consultant. So he can assign the tasks from here. First he will choose where that global HR related things are there, and then he will assign the task to that respective person. Let's suppose I want to assign this particular configuration to any of the consultant. So click on this and then click on assign task and then give the notes kind of thing and then assign same due date to all users. Nothing but if the same task I am assigning to multiple consultants, then I can use this functionality for all the people. The due date is this. We have to complete that configuration by that time. And he can click on add plus symbol here to search for the consultant user account, and then he can add here by apply and done. But in the regular real time, this functionality just creation of the project and adding of the offerings only will be there. The assigning of the task, no one will consider about these things. Oracle have given the functionalities to utilize, but even the project managers in our team will not go to individual task and assign that task, because in the project we are going to work on a shared basis. Nothing but as a team we are going to work. Ultimate aim is to complete the project within the scope. So there is no compulsion that every task that project manager will go and he will assign the task kind of thing. Not required. And even this edit status also. If I completed this offering, what I have to do, edit status, and I will keep it as completed, and I will save and close. The thing is here, see its status became completed. Like the thing is here, everything has to be done manually. System will not consider. If once the setup is completed in the system will not take up automatically as complete status. I have to come, I have to edit the status, and I have to complete. At a high level, to track what are the setups are done, what are the setups yet to complete, who is responsible to this. Usually this functionality will work, but it's a negligible concept in the real time because project manager won't rely upon these things. He will have his own track of which consultant is working, what is the project status, everything he will maintain separately, right? So it's a so the functionality is given here, so that's why I'm sharing with you. So these are the offerings that we have to enable under our implementation project. And then after creating the implementation project, we have to start our configurations. So what are the configurations that we have to start? Module by module, as I told you, we are going to start with the configuration of geographies in the system. Let's suppose I want to configure this task. So where we have to go and search this? One functional area is every time come to setup and maintenance. Every time come to setup and maintenance, and then go to your respective implementation project and click on the project you created, and then you can search for the task here. Manage percentile geo. So here the task for configuring manage geographies is coming. So there are other two places where we can directly search for the tasks. Not only under your project, there are two other functional areas where we can search for the tasks to start configure the system. Remember one thing, if you don't know the exact spelling of the task, give it the characters between the percentile. This is the Oracle's what I have to say, seeded behavior of these things. You can give the characters between the percentile, then what are the tasks related to these three characters, all the list will come. So you can choose your task from that, right? So one place is coming to setup and maintenance, manage implementation project, and selecting your project and searching here. Or else you can search directly here only. Click on done. And then once I click on setup and maintenance, we are redirecting to this page. So here in the setup, here also we will have the same offerings which are there in this entire environment. But our concern is what? Deployment, development, and compensation management. We know that global HR, absence, and payroll is in workforce development. So if I want any task related to these modules, I have to set my setup as workforce deployment. I mean, I have to choose my offering as deployment. And here also I can search for that task, manage geo, and then I'm giving search. See, my task came here also. Right, but the thing is, we have to keep our respect to offering here. If this task is related to goals, talent, and performance management, you are keeping as deployment and searching, then you will not find that task because that goals, talent, and performance management module is under workforce development. You have to keep this offering here and then search for that respective tasks in that module. Clear? This is the second area where we can search for our configuration tasks. And the third place will be here in the right side taskbar. Here we will have a search. This is a global search. Whatever the module, whatever the task you want, you can directly search from here. Manage It came. No need of giving any offering anything. Whatever the module you want, the task, you can directly search here. This is the global search. So these are the three ways where we can search for our setups or tasks to start configuring. It's up to your feasibility where you want to go. Either you want to search from here or global search, or go to the implementation project, select your project and search, right? So we have seen now how to create the project in the system, and then at which places we can search for our task we have seen. So now let me explain you about the organization structure in the Fusion application. So let me explain you about the organization structure in the Fusion application. So what is the organization structure in Fusion HCM means? Enterprise will be at the top, and then we will have divisions. Under divisions, we will have legal entities, and then business units. This is the hierarchy that is there in the Fusion application. So these terminologies are related to Fusion, but in the real regular terminologies, now we will see what is meant by enterprise, what is meant by legal entity, divisions. So let's suppose I am going to implement this application for Reliance Industries. Let's assume Reliance. So enterprise is nothing but the ultimate holding company, the mother company of the client, right? If Reliance is a company, means under Reliance we know there are several companies, like Reliance Jio is one company, and Reliance Retail is one company, and then Reliance Automotives are there, that is one private limited company. So there are different companies in that Reliance group, but all these companies are under, are the part of Reliance group, that is the ultimate holding company, the mother holding company of the Reliance Industries, right? So that Reliance group is called as enterprise. The ultimate holding company, the mother holding company of the client, will be called as enterprise in the system. So next, divisions. Divisions means, let's assume this Reliance group is having presence in India as well as in US and then UK. Let's assume in these three regions, this Reliance group is having their business operations. So divisions we can create as Reliance India division, Reliance US division, and Reliance UK division. Or divisions we can create as depending upon the client's business process. Nothing but Reliance is into manufacturing, Reliance is into IT, let's assume, Reliance is into some network services, let's assume. These are the three different industries they are into. So we can have the divisions depending upon these industry specific also, like Reliance IT division, Reliance manufacturing division, and then Reliance networking division. So divisions, either it might be region wise or it might be the business specific of the client, right? So enterprise, we know that is the ultimate holding company of the client, and divisions, as I told, either on region wise we can categorize or either business wise we can categorize. And then the third one after division is legal entities. So legal entities are nothing but these are the actual companies of the client. Under Reliance Group, Reliance Retail Private Limited, or Reliance Infra Private Limited, Reliance Jio Private Limited, right? Reliance Telecom Private Limited. There are different companies under Reliance, right? So these are called legal entities in the system, the actual companies of the client. So in Fusion language, the company will be called as legal entity. The companies which are legally registered as per the Companies Act of that respective country, that is legal entities. And then under legal entities, we will have the concept of business units. Again, business units are also again specific to region or again specific to business process wise. There is a company called Reliance Retail Private Limited in India. It is having operations in northern part of India as well as the south part of India. So my client is asking me split my these two areas as two business units. Reliance Retail North BU, Reliance Retail South BU. So I can have two business units. So I can categorize depending upon the region within the legal entity, right? Or else, if I want again on a business specific wise, under Reliance Retail Private Limited, you want two categorizations as one is Reliance Manufacturing BU and one is Reliance Sales BU. Manufacturing and sales. You want to categorize depending upon the business functionality. It's up to the client requirement. So in order to finalize the organization structure of the client, first as a consultant, we have to understand the client's existing business process, how his business is set up in the market, how many companies he is having in the market, what type of business he is doing, right? Under that companies, how he is maintaining by that time, whether he is maintaining only departments or anything or what. So after studying all these clients' existing business process, as a consultant, we will come up with the solution to the client stating that this is the structure that we can define in the Fusion application for your organization. This will be the enterprise, which is your ultimate holding company. And these are the divisions under that enterprise. Under that, you are having companies. So under Reliance India division, I will have the companies that are registered in India. Under Reliance US division, I will have companies that are operating in US. Under UK, the companies which are operating in UK, legal entities. Under legal entities, we will have the concept of business units. So we can say business units are the logical entities of legal entity. The logical entities of the legal entity. But enterprise, we can say it's a top level assumed entity. That is not a company actually, but it's a mother holding group of that client, right? The actual companies are what? Legal entities. So this is what the organization structure in the Fusion application. So we'll talk about these workforce structures at later part. Right now, we will see the organization structure. So our configurations we will try to do with this example. So I kept here enterprise, divisions, legal entity, and then business units. So Reliance Group is the enterprise here. Under that, I categorized three divisions. One is India, US division, and Europe division, right? And legal entities in India, we are having two legal entities, that is Reliance Retail Private Limited and Reliance Infra Private Limited. Let's assume whether it there or not, but as example case, I have taken these names, right? And under US division, Reliance is having two companies called Entertainment Private and Capital Private Limited, Reliance, right? Under Europe division, they are having two companies, Reliance Health and Reliance Media Works Private Limited. So these are the clients' actual companies which are operating in respective countries. Here, under that legal entities, business units. So for Reliance Retail, we have taken up two business units, that is Retail North BU and Retail South BU. Whereas for infra, I have taken only one business unit. Here we have to make a note that there is no compulsion that client has to have like these many business units, 2, 3, 4. There is no count. Depending upon their business functionalities, they can have many business units. But at least one business unit is mandatory for one legal entity, because all our workforce structures, job, locations, grade, department, when we are going to create these in the system, we are going to attach these workforce structures to our business unit. If I won't have business unit for my legal entity, then I cannot create these workforce structures for my legal entity. So in order to have these workforce structures, I have to have at least one business unit for my legal entity. And this is an interview question, like, are business units mandatory in the system or not? We have to say absolutely yes. Without a business unit, there is no enterprise structure or organization structure for the client. Why it is? Because our workforce structures are assigned to our business units only, right? And then when we are configuring the legal entities, nothing but the companies in the system, we have to see three concepts called legal employer, payroll statutory unit, and the legislative data group. When we are configuring in the system this manage legal entity task, through manage legal entity, we are going to create the client companies in the system. When we configuring this, we are going to see these three concepts called legal employer, payroll statutory, and legislative data. What are these concepts? Legal employer means the company which can legally hires the employee to work in their organization, right? The company which can legally hires the employee to work in their organization. By default, when you creating the legal entity in the system, the same legal entity will become legal employer. Reliance Retail Private Limited, if you are creating in the system, then this legal entity will become the legal employer also, right? Because the company means what? They have to hire an employees and they have to make them work. And payroll statutory unit, what is this? Nothing but the company which can pay or process salaries to the employee. Payroll statutory unit, the company which can pay salaries to the employee, right? And the legislative data group, what is this? Nothing but this is the localized payroll partition, LDG, we will call it as. It is a localized payroll partition. So let me explain this, and it is an important concept. In Fusion application, for respective countries, the legislative rules are predefined. Nothing but if you go to US, the taxation for employees will be different. There they will have some federal tax, employer tax, and then professional tax kind of, or county tax also will be there. Coming to India, what kind of tax we are having? We are having income tax, PF, that is Provident Fund, and employee state insurance, ESI, and then employee tax. So these are the tax components here. If I go to Middle East, there the tax component name is GOSI, General Organization for Social Insurance. Like if you go to Dubai, Qatar, Yemen, for all these countries, GOSI is the tax component. So respective country is having their own tax components and their own tax calculation rules for their respective countries. So here the legislative data groups are there for what I would say, enabling that features to our legal entities. Nothing but these are the localized payroll partitions. Oracle is providing that predefined calculations for that respective countries. So when you are creating the Reliance Retail Private Limited, then you have to attach the Indian legislative data group to this company. And even for infra also, because these both are in where? India. So I have to attach Indian legislative data group. So when I am hiring the employee from the front end, then the system will understand that this country is in India. So I have to provision the rules related to India for that employees. So when I am creating the legal entities under US, then I have to attach US legislative data group. In Europe, if I'm creating in UK, let's suppose in Europe, I'm creating these two in UK, then I have to attach UK legislative data. So by adding that legislative data groups to the respective countries, in the payroll module, we are going to enable that respective legislative rules to that employee salary process, right? So this is, these LDGs are already predefined in the Oracle for every country. If you want to create the custom LDG, then you can create. But usually we will go with our seeded legislative data groups given by Oracle. If you want custom, you can go with that, right? So this is what the concept of LDG, the localized payroll partition, right? And PSU, as I told you, the companies which can process salaries to the employee. So when we creating the legal entities in the system, we have to make this legal entity as legal employer, and then PSU information we have to give to the legal entity, and we have to attach the LDG to this legal entities. Nothing but the PSUs which we are creating to legal entities, we have to add these LDGs to them, right? So this is the concept, I mean the organization structure in the Fusion application. So who will be finalizing this structure? As a consultant, from as a we have to finalize that structure. I mean, by understanding the client's existing business process. Once he give the approval for that, as the structure is feasible to them, okay for them, then we will start configuring the system, right? So we'll start with our configuration of manage geographies from tomorrow's session. Today, let me again give you a what I have to say, understanding of how to create the user account and these screens. Okay. So where we have to go, security console, tools, security console. Here come to user and then click on add user account to create your respective user accounts. So once you got the instance for practice, create the user accounts, and then after creating the user account, add the roles to your user. So what roles you want to add, you can make a note of this, or you can take the screenshots if you're watching in laptop or mobile. These are the roles which we have to attach: implementation consultant, administrator, and manager. And also attach the end user roles of these: HR manager, specialist, payroll manager, and payroll administrator. So when we are talking about the security classes, we will discuss in detail what exactly this job role functionality in the system, what is meant by this data role, how to create the custom data role by using this seeded job roles, and then how to attach the security profiles to our data roles. We are going to discuss that in detail in the security administration classes, right? Initially, after completing this course, we are going to, we will take up one session which will be covering up the entire implementation project and the support project. Nothing but there will be certain phases in the implementation project. So when, as a consultant, you are going to the client phase for implementing the project, there will be different terminologies which we have to come across, like starting with project management plan, kickoff meeting, and then a solution designing phase, CRP1, CRP2, finally go live. So what are these things? So we will take up one session covering up all the entire implementation process, because when you are approaching for interview, the first question you might expect is, what is the implementation process? If you really worked on that, then we should be able to tell them in that terminologies which are available in the market. So what is kickoff meeting? It's a formal introduction between us and the client side people. So like that, if project is confirmed with the client, what is the phases that we will go till we hand over the project to the client? We will discuss that entire implementation phase and also the support process. In support, what are the things that we have to do? What type of issues you might get? And what is the what to say, contact between you and the client? I mean, what type of tools we will use to interact for these issues? What is meant by incident, or what is meant by the service request, and what is the meaning of ticket, how it will come to us, and how we will solve, and how we will revert back to the employee. We will be covering all these things in the implementation and the support process, right? So any questions in today's session you can ask me, Divakar, Abhijit, or Sandeep, Manoj.
No, sir. Clear, sir.
Is
Thank
it
you.
clear?
Yes.
Yeah. So kindly please enroll. These are the 3 free demo sessions. From tomorrow, we are going to start our configuration part of the global HR. It will take up about 10 to 11 sessions for configuring the global HR. And then for absence management, 5 to 6 sessions it will take like that. And payroll, again, it will take 10 sessions. And then goals and talent, we can expect 4 to 5 sessions. And after that, we will start with our security thing, and then workflows. I mean, the technical aspects, the data loaders, these things we will see. So kindly enroll today to get access to the videos and then access to the instance for the practicing purpose. So from tomorrow, probably you might expect the change in the meeting link. Whoever got enrolled, they might be getting the new link, and then you can join from that link by 6:30. Okay. So that's all for today. We can end for today and we can join back tomorrow. Okay. After this session, you can contact me for enrolling purpose. So clear, everyone? Is there any doubts in the today's session?
No, Kumar.
Yeah. Thanks, Divakar. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks.
Yeah, thanks.